Look down there. We live in a world that never stops chirping. A world obsessed with the flock, the followers, and making as much noise as possible. But what about the birds who prefer to fly solo? Have you ever wondered why some people prefer the quiet of the night over a crowded room? Welcome back to Owl Explains It. I am your resident nocturnal professor, and today, we are turning on our night vision to explore the hidden psychology behind lonely people. Are they just sad? Or do they have a psychological superpower that the rest of the flock doesn't understand? Let's spread our wings and dive in. To understand why people isolate, we have to look at how their brains process the world. For many, isolation isn't about hating people. It's about sensory overload. We live in an era of constant stimulation. Psychologists note that highly sensitive people, or extreme introverts, absorb their environment like a sponge. Every conversation, every bright light, every forced interaction drains their mental energy. They don't lock themselves in their rooms because they are angry. They isolate to breathe. For them, isolation is the only way to hit the mute button on a world that is always screaming. But it's not just about energy. Often, isolation is a powerful psychological defense mechanism. Let's be honest, dealing with other humans is complicated. It involves expectations, drama, and the risk of getting hurt. When someone has experienced betrayal, social burnout, or deep disappointment, their brain does the math. The brain decides that the safest place to be is behind a wall. Isolation becomes a fortress. If you don't let anyone in, no one can disappoint you. They push the flock away because being alone is predictable and safe, while being surrounded by others feels like walking through a minefield. Finally, there's the psychological disconnect. Many people who isolate do so because they simply feel misunderstood. Have you ever been in a room full of people and still felt completely alone? When your mind is wired for deep conversations, superficial small talk feels exhausting. People who isolate often feel like they are speaking a completely different language from the rest of society. Instead of forcing themselves to fit into a flock that doesn't understand them, they choose the peace of their own company. Isolation is complex. Sometimes it's a necessary resting place, and other times, it's a wall we need to learn to carefully lower. So, the next time someone cancels plans to stay home, remember, they probably aren't rejecting you. They are just taking care of their own mind. What about you? Do you isolate to recharge, to protect yourself, or because you haven't found your true flock yet? Tell your professor down in the comments. Keep your mind sharp, keep your eyes wide open, and Owl Explains It will see you in the next class.